Here we are. We're in for the action. Endpoint versus the pensioners. The OAPs have figured out how to use their credit cards. They have debited the payment, and they are ready now, Snots.
PG50 in hand there for Smooya. It's 4 players in towards team main. A main even. 1 in towards door. That's going to be Cryptix. Flash and smoke onto the big K-man. Ooh, good stack here though. 3 players here from Endpoint.
Thomas and Mighty Max, the crossfire. Will they be able to hit them with the sick burns as they make their march out towards the bomb site? Max finds 2. AVN will go down after getting only 1 single frag, and it is left into a 2-on-2 here. Pulse and Impulse, the duo with a very similar name, make their move back in towards the site. Impulse gets first contact, flicks around with the USP, spots them out, knows what they're doing is the round, but can't do too much. And it's back on big man Pulse. Reese Mars ignites the Cuban cigar, cuts them down whilst they're on the ground. Doing a bit of a dance, isn't he? Celebrating, biding his time before this defuse, Snods. But Endpoint will win the opening round. A tasty little pistol there from Pulse.
Clutch plays there from him, showing us why he is tied with Fry and Stanley with the most EPSs 1, Premierships 1. 1-0. Endpoint in the first round. Obviously, last week on Cash versus Revelation, they only got 6 rounds. Thanks to the incredible T side from Russ. Obviously, 34 kills, I believe that was, in regulation. So, forced by here, they've gone for the double AK drop over to Lazza and Surreal. Coming in for the contact play. Only 2 players on the default side there as Impulse gets spotted out there. Good trade from Surreal.
Impulse laying the smack down upon them as they attempt to take control of his site. That's the switch back to the USP rapidly here. An awkward firefight to get left into. And Cryptix actually gets the elimination. Lazza comes through as well. And all of a sudden it's just left on one little Serbian man to try and save the day. Can he bail them out? Finds the first frag, but on the back pedal is executed by Cryptix. Someone who actually should have never survived in that point. And they go 1-1 instantly, Snods.
Reset against Endpoint as well. And they are going to be going for the force buy. Molotov for Pulse. And the smokes to work with as well, so they can slow down the default from the T side of Pensioners. So who's coming over with the AKs? 5 AKs for the T side as Shaney comes barreling in. Been quite quiet from Shaney after qualifying for FPL. Obviously, we're expecting him maybe to be picked up by a team, but instead he's dropped by a Deagle. 4 versus 5. Pulse is looking crisp today in this matchup.
Should I make their play in towards the B site? AVN. Waiting for the 5-7. Serbian brother and Impulse is there. Find the first pick, as the shot will go through. They're waiting for the aggression to come out now. Pulse just spamming through the smoke, no real connection. Impulse does get a tasty little frag though. It's a 4-on-2 into this round, so it's incredibly winnable. The likelihood is they probably should pick this one up. Max goes back to grab the AK as well from mid. So that's now 1 player that's armed with a fully fledged rifle, bombarding in towards the site. As long as they play together, they should win this round from this point onwards. Lazza so low, spammed down through the box. They're going to lose the round. They might have won the reset, but Endpoint, they force back into it, and they do pick it up. It's going to go 2-1.
Big round there from Impulse with the CZ. Shaney as well. Sorry. Pulse as well onto Shaney in towards Connector. Pensioners will be going for the force buy. This is a massive opportunity for the Pensioners to basically salvage their Premiership season. If they can win this one, get to 6 points, and at that point, Endpoint, Pensioners, and Disline will all be 6 points in Group B. Therefore, it'll be a very interesting tiebreaker next week. So, Boost coming over towards middle here. Slow play still from the side of Pensioners. We have the double AK set up there onto Cryptix and Lazza. Shaney as well, the Galil. Peek coming through, damage onto Saru.
Towards the A site. Sam Thomas get the first 2 picks into the round. Smooya responds back with a flick of the wrist from the Deagle. Surreal as well, adding to the tally as the Deagle domination is starting to come through, Snods. 3 frags, one after the other, all off the back of the pistol prowess. This is looking pretty damn good for them, as a round that was set in stone pretty much there for Endpoint has quickly been chiseled away, back to just a 1 versus 3. Surreal and Shaney. 11 and 7 HP respectively. Max going to be pushing his way up, plays around the smoke. He should be able to bypass them here, depending on the timing. Surreal.
Okay, man.
He had no idea he was there. He flicked past him twice, but luckily Smooya's going to spot it. That could have been so much worse.
Once again, though, the trade frags working for Pensioners, coming up towards short. Gap in the highway smoke opens things up for the T side, and we're seeing a battle of the force bites here between these two teams as Thomas instantly invests into the scout. Obviously, we know Thomas can be quite the emotional player up against one of his best friends, Smooya. That's only going to be enhanced and multiplied. For actually all 5 players really towards the A half of the map here from Endpoint. Just AVN alone towards A. Last time they were playing more of a default versus the Deagles and got picked apart 1 by 1. This time they're seeming to group up and instead play for the trades. Much smarter approach.
AVM with the Deagle. Opens it up, peeling back the scalp. The first man in, Luzza. Surreal as well goes down. AVM actually pretty darn crisp with the Deagle. The Deagles have been the most impactful gun so far into this matchup, as everyone is just being torn to shreds by them. Cryptic's head-hunting Snots, as he's cutting them down to size. They're all being put under the table. But Pulse will be the man with the killing blow there. He just threw the AK away.
Away, yeah.
I think he thought they were way closer. Because now no one gets the AK.
Still bar though. Force buy once again from the Pensioners. 3 AKs. 2 Deagles. Very careful out there for Luzza and Cryptics, but let's see. HE goes in, does no damage. This time they're going to be grouping towards middle. Should be quite a slow round here from the T side as they wait for the smokes to eventually fade. So. Here it comes then, Jack. 5 players in towards mid-main.
How effective is it going to be? And gaining the map control, beginning to slowly encroach their way towards the side mid. Short is an open cavity at the meantime. If they can start to go for the attack, they will be pretty much uncontested. However, they're all backing off. Everyone's going to be rotating back around. Smooya got that slight bit of control towards mid still. Just holding with the AK. They've wasted a lot of time though, Snods. And the fact is, they're running into AVM with the MP9. The 2 players that are going to go first, and Cryptics and Luzza, have no armor. They will be slaughtered so easily by this weapon. Surreal luckily tries to bail them out. Shaney comes through with a kill as well. Shaney, very effective. That was a tasty follow-up kill. They've got the site controlled. Mere seconds left into the round. And it's a Mighty Max and Impulse retake. This could be a Mighty Max round.
Does feel like he's due one. But instead it seems like, once again, the force buy is going to be won. This is getting quite ridiculous here. 6 rounds in a row going back and forth, and we know how fragile the T-cell economy is. Who that favors? Max has a kit here, Jack. Oh my goodness.
I told you, it would be a Mighty Max round, and it very possibly could be. Baits them in through the Molotov. If Max holds this, he might just win it, but instead, he'll just kill everyone. You can always see them coming. Mighty Max alive with a Mach 10 or an MP9.
If Impulse was there towards Highway, the round would have been won.
If he would have stayed, yeah.
Yeah, that's hindsight 2020 though, isn't it?
I don't know, man. I saw it on the forefront. However, I've been watching Max do that stuff for years. It's always the Mighty Max rounds. You can see him coming each and every time.
So. Pause here. Not sure who from. Maybe Endpoint to try and work out how the hell they're losing all these rounds after they take the victory. But now the money's looking good here for Pensioners. 3 AKs, 2 Mach 10s up against Endpoint's M4 onto Max, 2 Deagles for Pulse and AVN. 4 for Impulse as well. Pulse and Impulse, okay. They're not making that easy, are they?
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm Spartacus, Pulse, and I'm Pulse.
No, I don't get it, mate.
I'm Pulse. I'm Pulse.
Oh, okay, that was good. Yeah, I got that. So, Pensioners once again grouped up this time. 5 players outside B. Just seems like rolling the dice, which side they go to. Group up, get it together, get the trade frags and win it that way. 3 players here from Endpoint, and already one of them's gone.
Mighty Max trying to battle back. Hits them with the execution on the first player. A bit of a spam, softening up the opponents as they walk into the waiting jaws of Impulse, who is cracking down the whip. Luzza trying to fight back against them. Gets a frag up on Pulse. Slaughtering his ex-teammates one by one. But the Reign of Terror will be ended. Mighty Max will push out, use the aggression against him when he least expects it. It's 11-3 right now for Max, and 4-3 overall in terms of the round score. As this game has been back and forth every round, slipping. No team being able to actually win a string of rounds together.
Of course it is, from the Pensioners. No AKs this time, just 5 Deagles across the board and armor. HE is going over boost, doing a fair bit of damage. Double boost is there as Cryptics is above Pulse. If they check from me, will be dead fairly quickly. Let's see, flash goes out. Still nothing. Impulse has the off angle towards under boost as well. If they don't check it, could be fairly detrimental.
Luzza, the 1 versus 5 here. 35 seconds left on the clock. I mean, nothing really outrageous to come out of this round, you'd imagine, unless Luzza just goes huge. Maybe the biceps will start to get flexed. Let's see. 20 seconds. In reality, he needs to die before time here, so committing to his death is probably the best decision to make. He will go down. Thomas will round himself up to 4 frags in the round. And Endpoint net themselves a 5th round there.
Finally, team has won the Battle of the Force buys. Endpoint win 2 in a row. Force the eco out from Pensioners. Moving on to Smooya. Going to be used towards boost, but apart from that, players in towards door. Playing a retake towards the A site as well. 2 players towards highway, 1 in towards connector, so they should be able to deal with a squeaky burst extremely well.
Shots coming through. Into a horrible position here. Everyone getting tacked up. The retake working out nicely so far, low. They can try and add to this. The slaughter continues. Absolute decimation coming through. Impulse with a double kill onto Lazar and Shaney. Defuse is going to be found as well. That will be the 6 picked up. 3 rounds difference between the two sides now.
Pause coming in. Again, not sure which team is that is from. Could be tactical for Pensioners. This is now their full buy. First full buy we've seen all matchups so far, Jack, as it was the force buy victories back and forth.
Tactical pause for Endpoint this time around, Snots.
Tactical. Imagine the reason being is obviously they understand the importance of this round. If they win it, get to 7. That's already a fairly good CT half for them going forward. Mighty Max though, Jack. 12 kills, 3 deaths. Obviously, 4 of them he found in that little defuse fiasco towards Squeaky, but even then he's still delivering the numbers. We forgot to mention as well the storyline between Lazar, obviously playing versus his former team. They was one. How long was Lazar on Endpoint for?
Like 1 to 2 years. It was like a long period of time.
He had the Robin iteration, the Imi iteration.
I mean, Lazar was on there when Ben was on there. So if you think about it that way.
Obviously on and off, yeah.
Like that was a long time ago. But yeah, over the period of like 1 to 2 years of playing within the org, I guess, roughly. Long-standing member.
Yeah, Mighty Max. Here comes the push then. Thomas, really caught off guard there. But it's an AVN with the org to use it to its full potential. Versus 4. Lazar and Shaney last alive now. It is 4 down, 1 by 1 to these AUGs. Shaney last alive, 1 versus 3. Seems like it will be 7 to 3, and actually this game may not be as close as we anticipated.
Never say never. We don't know how it will develop from this point onwards, but Shaney should go down there. Will be killed in the end by Thomas, who is actually going to switch out to the AK over the org. Cast that weapon away. 7 to 3 though, and the lead is definitely expanding for Endpoint. The first couple of rounds were setting us up for potentially a ridiculously close half, but this has looked like Endpoint at the very least should win the half.
Especially when you look at the lack of buy they do have. Looking towards the front of B, I imagine Swirls is going to flash for them. Ooh, HG does some good damage too, but Impulse is rotating.
Ooh, Pulse. Beautiful. Towards the B site as the push comes in. This is what you want, just munching down on those eco frags 1 by 1. As they all get funneled into him. Last 2 frags to be found by Impulse and Thomas to win the half there for Endpoint, bringing them up to 8 rounds now. Pensioners, this is where they need to start biting back, showing some signs of life, as they are really just looking dead in the water right now. No real ingenuity coming out of them. The Deagle plays have been the only rounds that have really set the...
You know, the 2 AK buys really when they went for the trade frags, but even then it was early days. It seems like Endpoint have found their footing on their CT side now going forward. Ooh, very fast play from Spear. He's going to be going down early. It seems like from Spear's point of view, he's trying to take this game into his own hands.
It's not worked out too well. Cyril doesn't actually get out though. He's been able to slip his way out towards the site, skulking behind them. Unfortunately, timing is everything. And Pulse there. Never too early, never too late. It's always on time.
Not really too much you can do here on 5 HP. I'll go for the wall bag, but apart from that, nothing else they can do. Frustrating times here for Lazza. Impulse from above on Heaven should be taking him. Missed the shot again. Interesting. Okay. There we go. 9-3, 6-run advantage here for Endpoint going forward. They've won the half, Jack. They've had a very good half so far on their CT side, even though it looked fairly shaky early on.
Yeah, this is a pretty clean-cut affair now at this point. It looked like Pensioners were really going toe-to-toe. They were pretty close, but it's all been slipping away, and it's looked much worse for wear the longer this game does continue on for. Unless there's some kind of revitalization soon, they get hit with some potassium, maybe some vitamin water, then I feel like this will be Endpoint just locking it down. The early burst comes through though. Lads are going to go for the first face. Does eliminate Thomas, but they've lost the K-Man.
Four versus four here. Bomb is towards Vent as well, so it seems that they could go for the fast B split. Also here with the AK, not the open hand this time. Awkward scenario here for Endpoint, as they know that the Pensioners are out towards middle. The question is, are they going highway or are they going connector? And it is going to be the first option there. Flash isn't going to land on anyone. And with that, 3 players spotted towards highway, it's all down to Pulse.
Oh, Pulse only actually claiming 1 soul this time around, as he is out there being a Grim Reaper. Shaky as well. Catches Max off. Impulse fires back with the AWP. The nade could be beautiful.
Oh my god!
He yeeted him right out the service nods. Look at that. As he bunny hops his way over.
Oh.
They were so low. That was sublime. Beautiful nade.
Oh, voice crack on that one.
Sorry.
Sorry. Wow.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Ten to 3. Pensioners are going to be extremely tilted after that one if they weren't already. Ooh, fight going down in towards A main. Surreal, K-man with the 2-man. Gonna go for the 3-man.
Surreal keeps it going. That's the hat trick picked up. Going to drop the smoke as well. We can now get up onto the elevated angle, support the other smoke as well. They've got full sight control. Max walks into the waiting arms of Shaney. And there is the final killing blow onto Impulse. A 10-5 looks likely at the half now.
Last round here. In a matchup which we were expected to be far closer. Then again, if Shaney doesn't die middle and obviously the Kobe double nade from Impulse, it could have been a 9-5 scoreline instead here, maybe fighting for a 9. Oh, that's a really nice flash there from Smuya. Oh, and that's unfortunate. Wall banged. And there's a shake in his mouse as he shakes his head. IRL. Now, Pensioners group up outside B. Impulse is here though.
Impulse awaiting. Dangling on the ledge, ready to try and punish them all. Hits the first rail, drops the Molotov in as well. Max boosts himself up, top of default. Hungry for the push to come towards him. Good execution. And there's only Cryptic's 2 that remain. Scratch that, it's all on Smuya now. AK in hand, 1 versus 3. Scurrying away, tail between his legs, going to instead deviate from the plan of executing on the B site. Try and make his move through mid, keep himself low to the ground as he scuttles his way around.
It's looking to shape up like the 11-4 here. Smuya trying to lurk in towards the A side. AVN's pushed it very far though. Smuya onto full HP as a flashbang, can go off the plant. Plant's open as well, that is bold.
He's so exposed as well. Just come across, he's been tagged. This is when things go all kinds of wrong for him. As soon as the peek's there from AVN, that will be the end of Smooya. That's his demise, and that is the 11th round secured for Endpoint. 11-4 at the half, as they are just crushing their way through this one. Ooh, SEO, he's got his shirt ready, a webcam, and a headset. Just give me the call. Snods, we would ring him, but you broke your phone, didn't you?
Yeah, and my laptop as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not ideal.
It's far from ideal. Please win the team. Please win the team Endpoint. I need this for my pick'ems.
It's got him in his pick'ems.
Do we have a pick'ems for Prem?
No, it's a little joke there, mate. That's what he's done there. Little bit of a joke.
I like that.
Done a little bit of a joke.
Yeah, it's gone over my head, obviously.
Yeah. Unlucky. We're still working on the humour chip for Snods.
Yeah. They wonder if I go into salt water if I still work.
We'll test that in Poland.
Yeah. Look forward to the Novotel pool. Other brands of swimming pools
In hotels.
are available.
Of course.
Of course.
Surreal going to be serving us a nice little George Foreman to open up the round. Let's see. Spams through the smoke, no real connection. Here comes the push. That's one. That's a tasty way to instigate it. A beautiful connection, carries on to do a little bit more. Tapping away, softening up the opponents, but no more frags found. At least the retake is going to be a slight bit easier now for the rest of the CTs. Pulse, hiding behind the forklift, hungering. Finger on the trigger as he's itching to try and kill him. Thomas with the Glock beating them down. They're all being tagged up. And surely the frag should follow suit quickly. Mighty Max playing around the smoke. Him and Thomas decide to bounce straight through. Max goes down. It's left on Cryptics now at a 1v2. A horrible position with no kit and no real time. Races in. But there is no huge redemption arc there. He has been taken out. And Endpoint will secure themselves another round. 12-4. Endpoint dominating right now on cash.
There you have it. Both pistols won for Endpoint. 12-4. 8-run advantage here, and also with the pistol being won, Pensions on the CT side are going to be going for the save. Something we didn't see on their T side. Should be 30-4 here, Jack. This should be once again a very one-sided matchup. It's been a quick day.
It has been rapid games. Not really going too deep into them. They've been pretty darn quick. Surreal, though, hoping to maybe elongate this one for a little bit more. Shows some of that skill. Peeks out towards mid. Gets the opening deagle shot. The response with the HE is good, though. Lazar brought down to 20 HP. Surreal as well, losing 20 HP. That bursting in his airspace. It's still a 4-on-5, though. A minute on the clock now.
For Endpoint, though, it seems like they will just be grouping up for the B split. And it should work very effectively. Spoon the fast flank, though. The drop in, finds one, able to get away. So now it's the 5 versus 3. This could get interesting.
Spray there from AVN. Both men going to peek delayed. 1-by-1 faces. Does not work out well. They're spotting these players out towards the B site, and they're getting the read that it's a heavy stack here, but they don't realize Cryptics! He was still lurking in the shadows. Lazar as well, on the peek back around, gets that frag onto Impulse, and it's all up to AVN now. 17 seconds, has to commit to the bomb plant. He looks like he will fully focus on this. Luckily with the timing, gets into a better angle as well. Flicks up and kills Lazar. That round could have gone the way of Pensioners, but Lazar bailing him out. Well, not bailing him out, unfortunately, actually being beaten down there in the last second by AVN. Unfortunate stuff. The buy comes back through. It's a double AWP setup as well. Both of the AWPers living their movie there, Snots. Lazar and Smooya picking up the big green gun.
Double AWP setup obviously going to be working on their CT side. Lazar rotating towards the A side. Smooya's here on A with the AWP ready, so Lazar going to be retreating back towards Connector. One of the players, though, the Mac 10s and the SMGs, are going to go for the burst towards the B side. Let's see, then here it comes.
Oh, Shaney. A wonderful way to kick this one off as he is just slaughtering people with that AUG. And all of a sudden it's just one man left quaking in his boots in a 1v3. Impulse trades out the UMP there for an AK. 29 bullets, ready to rock and roll. 50 seconds on the clock, waiting for the push to come in. The first face will go through. Surreal's gonna fall. Baiting them out with a bomb fake as well. And this is looking pretty darn good now. All of a sudden it's a 1v1 versus Smooya. No armor.
Oh, Smooya's
USP equipped. If he just holds, if Impulse does go for a bold play, it will work out awkwardly. But instead, he's fallen back, Snodds. He is just going to plant, play for the B site. Smooya, timing is absolutely everything here. And he will come through.
There you have it. Impulse nearly taking the 1 versus 3. Not sure what Luz was doing there towards heaven. Nearly worked out in Endpoint's favour. Through the flashbang in towards A main. Gonna be falling back though immediately. This game so far, Jack. 5 players group up A or 5 players group up B. That's all it's been so far.
Yeah,
for both teams.
It's been very standard. Nothing too crazy. AVN already brought down to 31 HP. He's actually going to be exterminated. Surreal as well. Finds the frag on Impulse. Small sliver of HP. Beaten off of Pulse. We do get the bomb down, so it's the cash for the next round at the very least. But Endpoint actually somehow have a miracle into this one. CT's come bounding back in. It is still a 5-on-2. They're being able to find those entries. Pulse towards the site is going to be eliminated. No Mac 10 madness there from Thomas. And at least they get themselves an extra round.
(13-6). Bring this one back slowly. Warp. I'm not sure actually if that's a double op set up there from Spoo. Actually, no. Ops for the AUG. Gives the op to Lazza. As maybe he knows they're going to be able to do a low economy buy. So, 3-door. 1 towards A main and 1 outside B to try and sell the best fake possible. That's Mighty Max. Using all of his utility there. Only 1 player towards the A side. That's Surreal outside Squeaky. If only they pulled the trigger there, that would have worked perfectly. So, game of cat mouse now. Smoking towards connector, flashbang out towards middle. Denies the vision, allows for Mighty Max to get up highway. Oh.
That's nice. Ooh, Smooya adding in as well to the commotion. They've allowed these bomb plants 2 rounds on the trot now, but the frags are definitely going in favour of the Pensioners. They're not going to be losing the rounds, but they have conceded some cash over to Endpoint. They'll be able to get themselves out an efficient, full arsenal now, going into round 21 here. And this is where they need to start being precise. It's been looking pretty good for them. Their T side, they've definitely hit a bit of a bump in the road. But now with the firepower, can they begin to change that once again?
So, smoke there to deny the boost. The volley for the boost. Smooya is still able to see over it. Gets 1, falls back. Mid control denied as Lazza now has the AUG.
Bogdan's law there. Let's see if it will be a Pogdan though. If Smooya can do something outrageous with a weapon. Ooh, Lazza. Small bit of information towards mid. Mid immediately falls back and going to reposition. 1:15 on the clock as Surreal finds another frag. It looks quite fragmented from Endpoint at the minute. Not really anything too impactful happening. No room for any trades whatsoever. These kills are all very isolated. It's only AVN and Max that remain, and once again, they're not in a position where they could trade. If either one of them goes down, really, at least now they can finally try and support each other. That nade was a bit terrible.
It was nearly perfect. You can see he crouched down, arched it up so they would explode exactly where he would be shoulder peeking. Fortunately, it didn't work out. They've got to respect the effort, though. Two players remaining now going outside B. Jack, is this where we see the comeback? I haven't seen it so far today, but this could be it so far. It's going to go 8-13, unless AVN has something to say about it.
AVN is in. He just can't do anything. And Lazza gets himself an easy double kill. It's just they spray down, slay down, and they all hit the DECK. Round 22 now. 13-8. Endpoint. Not enough cash, really, to go for a big investment. Instead, we're just seeing the CZs, a Tech 9 even on AVN. That's not one you see too often, the Tech 9 buy.
No, it's not really the best weapon. Obviously, they did buff it slightly with its accuracy. The only issue is that the CZ is still just so prevalent at the moment. Max with the CZ. Still killing towards checkers onto Shaney, so now that he has the orb, question is, does he keep it? Smoke in towards quad from AVN. They're going to be bursting towards the A side, it seems.
Hoping they can once again get another bomb plant for free. For the most part, they have been allowed to. Smooya peeks in, gets the first shot off with the orb. Actually, he's able to dash the Molotov as well and still stay alive. Nearly hits the follow-up frag, eventually goes down. But they have solidified the fact that there is no chance for a bomb plant, really. That is going to hurt Endpoint way more. That's what they were hoping for going into this one, and that has been denied. Their hopes and dreams dashed, Snods. 13-9, round by round, Pensioners clawing it back.
Pause at 13-9 as Endpoint now only have the 4-round lead.
The Endpoint tactical coming through as well. Realizing maybe they need to slow things down and talk about stuff and work out what they want to do going forward.
Yeah, obviously if they lose this round, obviously Thomas still has to buy, or maybe he's been dropped, but if they lose this one, it goes 10-13. They go for an eco or a quasi buy, 11-13, and then suddenly only one buy round away from equalizing 13-13. So Pensioners are not closer than they seem with the scoreboard right now. Surreal actually the one leading the charge in terms of kills, 24 for him. So double up set up once again for Shaney and Smooya this time. Lazar on the org. 3 orgs and 2 orbs. They're really embracing the meta.
Living the high life with something that seems to work pretty darn well. For the most part. Round 23 here, Snods. Impulse sets himself up, casts out the smoke. A lot of paranoia there. It's actually going to be more of a heavier play towards mid. They've already got the full rotation around. They're going to be playing a retake once more. Endpoint, they love this A site. It has been under constant hits from them. Any more success to be found? Only time will tell. Molotov dashed out. Ignites the path in front of them. Surreal towards the site. Still allowed free roam. And they're landing these shots as well. It's a beautiful display with the org so far to punish, dismantle, and delay the push that's coming in. Response with the smokes, they're going to block off towards main. It isolates the rest of the players. That's Impulse completely taken out as well now as the shot gets hit from Smooya. It's a 3-on-4 into this round. Things are going worse and worse as time ticks by. AVN incredibly low, left on 37, eventually gets a kill. Max picks one up. They're starting to get the ball rolling. Can they actually get this goal, bring home the win on the round? It's all on Max. If there was someone you want in a clutch situation, it would definitely be the Mighty. Plays his cards right, peaks late, knew they weren't going for the full defuse in the initial stick, but it doesn't matter. They still lose the round, Snods, 13-10.
Smuya playing that round so well on the retake towards the A site. As soon as the cross smoke is down, he instantly smokes out A main, holds the peak from Impulse, takes him down, and suddenly takes up the threat towards Forklift, which allows the players to push in for the retake. 13-10 here. As we're still witnessing the same sort of play where 4 or 5 players group up one half of the map. Although this time it seems a lot more like a default, Jack. So maybe after the pause, they decided to go for a slower approach to the game. Boosting it over the car, I believe, towards White Box, that could actually be fruitful.
Nice nade damage early on. Thomas and Impulse both going to be hit by the splash. Very slow round here. The timer is ticking down. We just hit the sub 1 minute mark now. They need to do something soon. Smoke's going to be thrown across. AVN dashes out the Molotov from behind the sandbags. Vent as well, also set on fire. Endpoint doing a lot to attempt to gain map control and some stature on the maps, Nods, but in reality, it's not done too much.
Here it comes then, 5-man ploy in towards the B-bomb site. Shaney with the AWP under a lot of pressure as he misses the first shot.
Shaney takes down Pulse. The adjustment onto the second as well, diving around the site. The AWPs are just having a field day. They're able to punish everyone that comes towards them. That's another round win. An 11th now. Engineers in a tremendous position, and that lead is just getting better and better.
The bomb going, not down. Their buy is going to be extremely weak here, Jack. Smoke flash, smoke flash, smoke flash, and a smoke for Impulse, but he has the AWP saved, obviously. 13-11, and as I said before, only 2 rounds separate these two teams. And really only 1 buy round, because if they win this one, Endpoint force onto an eco. And again, rudimental CS, they group up. And if actually Lassa makes any noise here, this play is going to be awful. The flash is there, but the play out of A main hasn't happened just yet. Good read though if Surreal has been unheard.
Smoke goes in, Surreal. Playing anti-flash. Spots the feet, spray down, that's a double kill and the third, Surreal. Able to blow each and every one of them away. Surely you shouldn't get away with that unpunished. Luzza charges in as well. The double kill to close it out. It's going to be brought back. It's going to go 13-13. Surely, Endpoint, it'll be a scrappy buy into this one if they do choose to spend some money. It's all to play for. It's anyone's game.
From a 12-4 scoreline, Endpoint only able to find 1. Now they've been reset from that point down to just a quasi-buy there onto 4 of the players. Mighty Max with the investment into the CZ. And smoke them a flash. So
they can't really afford these losses either. That's the bigger point. The fact that they're not really in a position to actually, cut their losses and let these happen. They've already lost twice. This will be a 3rd loss for their run this season. That's not great.
First down onto Mighty Max, trying to again sell a fake with a 4-1 CS. So, clean up here towards the A side for Kia. Ooh, Jack, they may be letting this one slip in. There's armor for both these players. It's the Serbians calling in their native tongue. If the synergy's there, this could get scary.
All right, maybe this could be it. Maybe this is where they start to bring it back. 2v3. Double AWP retake. The org on Cryptics. They have utility. They've all got kits, so that won't be an issue. Impulse. He had to do some damage with the Deagle instead. Both of the frags found with the AK of AVM, but when it comes down to the last man, the shot that matters most, he misses it. Smooya will get the defuse. 13-13. The team ace for the Pensioners. This is where the game begins anew. This is where things are very, very serious now. We might actually see Shaney pick up an AWP here as well. As they have been running that double AWP setup, he is going to go in for it, Snods.
Yeah, and he had an amazing round on the B-bomb side as well, only a few ago. Ooh, that looked like it was dead on there from Impulse. Endpoint really trying every gimmick they can to get an advantage as they need it. Pensioners. 13 now. I didn't think we were going to get to this point, Jack. Let's see. Smooya missing the shot there onto... Ooh, who was that? I think it was Thomas. Oh, it was Impulse, actually. So, double play towards white box. Smooya still holding for the peak. Trade frags there. How do they rotate? This is where things get interesting, Jack.
Me looping back around. Heading over towards the A site. Both teams on 13. Both teams with 4 men remaining. 50 seconds on the clock. They start to make their move over towards the A site. Flashbang in from Smooya, hoping to delay if there was a potential skirmish coming towards him. Still scoped on the angle. They're attacking them down. They're softening up the opposition. Smooya with the AWP, already claiming 2. And he can pull back now. He knows he's put his team in a position to win the round. Thomas, though, cutting him down. The aggression steaming through his veins. Has a HE, a smoke, and a flash. But he has no life in his lungs now. Gone down, eliminated by Surreal. 14th picked up. The Pensions have taken the lead. There is still money in the bank for Endpoint. I imagine a pause now put the table by him as well, as they need to adapt. They have to fix things right now.
Yeah, this is their 3rd pause as well, so they got another one after this one. 30 kills for Surreal. 23 for Smooya. 23 as well for Impulse, but K-Man proving to be too much to handle here. So, crucial round here for Endpoint if they don't get the bomb down. They might have to... Well, if they lose, this is 15-13. Endpoint have to force them at that point with an awful buy if they don't get the bomb planted. Actually, then again, there's some cash left, so it wouldn't be the worst of buys. So, fast playing towards the B site, going towards Shady and Cryptics.
Ooh, Thomas. He gets the entry, but that just sparks the resistance to hammer down Lazza. Slaughtering 2 men already with the AUG there. Big frags coming through. This could be match point secured if Pensioners carry on the form they've been able to show. Surreal as well, slowly approaching from the rear, tiptoeing his way behind them. They have no idea. He's going to be able to eliminate Mighty Max. Impulse is the only remaining man for that side, and he's no longer breathing. Shaney's taking him down. This is just awful. 15-13, Endpoint. They've let it slip, Snod, surely. This has got to be game. I feel like Pensioners take it from this point.
Oh, this is such an Endpoint game to lose as well. (15-13). Obviously, this means that if Pensioners win, there'll be 3. Okay, Smooya's just charging in. Sure, they heard that. I think they may have gone to aggressive air jack. Luckily, Luz is still on the site, though.
Max kills Luzza, 2-on-2. This is really it, do or die. This will decide the fate of Endpoint in one foul swoop. If anything goes wrong, AVN has been eliminated. Max, it's not time for another Mighty Max round. No massacre tonight from the young Heath. Instead, that will be a pensioners win. The OAP Uprising looking damn good as they take another game in the Premiership this season. 16-13 on cash there versus Team Endpoint. The mixed team's overthrown them, Stance. It's a rough season for Endpoint. 3 losses.
Yeah, what can you say there? I mean, 12-4 up, losing 16-13, only gaining 1 round on their T side. And questions to be asked about the terrorist side going forward, considering how strong they looked on their CT side defense in terms of individual skill, etc. You know, you're playing versus the Pensioners, which is just a mixed team, essentially. In terms of T sides, if they're not hitting their shots, they are going to struggle. On the CT side, that's where they are going to be scary, where they can kind of play a bit more of a freestyle and just work on off their individual skill. Yeah, I mean, what do you say to that one apart from a big throw from Endpoint in a situation now where you have 3 teams that are 6 points?
It's rough. We do have the highlights from that matchup, though, as we look back on the replays. An odd one, a game that started so close, very back and forth affair from either team, consistently trading rounds. We then get into the second half, and Pensioners, they just begin to lock it down, Stance.
Yeah, I think Surreal had an unbelievable CT half in that last map towards the A side. Smooya as well, chiming in with the AWP as well. As soon as they had the AWP on Smooya and Surreal with the AWP, going to seem like too much for Endpoint. And, you know, considering they've lost twice now to Revelation, lost here to the Pensioners as well, and it's the way they lose in a way which is just so frustrating. Oh, this round was amazing as well. Such a frustrating way to lose. Tilt is going to be a big factor for this team going forward. Obviously, a loss like that versus those names, Luzza, Smooya. Yeah, Cryptic stood in for Endpoint for a little bit, but didn't actually play for them. But yeah, you know, 2 former Endpoint players to lose as well in that fashion, it's definitely not going to sit well this time.
No, that's a frustrating one. That'll be Max straight on the winter survival deal.
Yeah, that's that's Blazing Fillets ordered.
Yeah.
On Just Eat. Blazing Fillets, 2 of those.
Bombs.
Give me some hot wings. Forget about what just happened.